All right, guys. Welcome. Welcome. Thank you. Thank you for joining in, hello, friends. Hello. Uh, my uh, my name is Hugh Williams. We're here live on YouTube. We're Today. I'm working on the final illustration of my Instagram story for um, uh, a short story that I started back in December for Instagram. It's turned into several illustrations. I haven't counted them all as of yet, but it's right around the 30 illustrations, all in succession on Instagram feed. Uh, the only illustration. There's one illustration in there that doesn't belong in the short story out of all the posts that I posted on Instagram, and that was the day that Stan Lee passed away. I wanted to share the remembrance photo of him as just kind of note that to myself. It was definitely a shock, and and he is much loved. Actually, be looking for a new post within probably the next week or so. All my holiday, New Year's cards, Christmas cards, what have you, have gone out, and actually, I did a kind of a remembrance image of Stan for all those people. People that follow this channel kind of got a brief preview of that because I was working on that in the month of December, early December. And I'd never posted the final illustration, so be looking for that real soon. Today's live feed might be a little quiet. I normally have like some ambient music in the background from my a website that I use to kind of have that background noise, but I couldn't get it going for some reason. So I just kind of scrapped the idea and just kind of I'm just gonna kind of wing it and talk and share what's going on with me and my thoughts and views and maybe just be quiet as I'm working on this illustration. As I might have already said, that this is the last drawing of that short story. Um, and yeah, it's been a pleasure. It's been fun. I definitely appreciate and have much gratitude for all the likes, comments, and new followers that have kind of been following along with that short story. I appreciate all you guys. And yeah. So what's going on with me? Well, a lot of things. A lot of things I could, over this past couple weeks, in all actuality, the month of January for this year has not been the best for me. I had car trouble the day of New Year's coming home from work, and I'm still dealing with mechanical issues because of that. So that hasn't put me in the best mindset. But when we talk about mindset, when we talk about training our mind and thinking and with all the motivational and positive uh, aspects of all that that I've kind of been pushing into my thought pattern. I just got to, just kind of take it for what it is, and it's part of life, and things happen, and It's how you deal with them and how you move forward, and that's kind of the way I'm going about dealing with it. It's definitely not, you know, life altering, but it's going to put a slight wrench in what I want to do and accomplish within the next few months, but like it's not earth shattering. So I'm just going to kind of deal with it and move on. Um, and hopefully I can achieve some of my other goals this year. Um, as you guys might be a little confused about my last video. I had a short 2-minute video, uh, kind of actually talking to One Fantastic Week with Sam and Pete. Um, I know it's basically just a video kind of because they had offered a mentorship for their viewers and subscribers and anybody that wanted to kind of, you know, get some advice, some some free personal advice on how to kind of expand and grow their art career, and I was all on board for it. I don't know if they've seen the video or not, but hopefully, they'll kind of look at it and it's just one of those things. They're gonna pick who they see fit to mentor. They're picking two people in the month of February, and it could be me. It could not. We'll see. But I definitely uh, will continue to subscribe to their channel and continue to watch and grow and try to get advice. I'm really enjoying being part of their community, and there's several other artists and illustrators that are kind of joining in that whole group that I follow along and I subscribe to, and I enjoy commenting and getting feedback from them, and they're just doing a great job over there at One Fantastic Week. So I appreciate everything that they do. I am so there's that, so I subscribe to that membership. There's a couple more table events. They're not necessarily cons or anything like that. Although I want to eventually reach a level where I am definitely confident at going to something, tabling at like an Emerald City Comic Con or Wizard World. Wizard World kind of shows up here in Portland twice a year. I really enjoyed the last one that I went to. You guys can see that video, um, you know, uh, of me kind of vlogging my experience at Wizard World, back in the fall. Highlight was definitely speaking with Lieutenant Uhura um, briefly and sharing and giving her portrait that I did of her. Um, and just seeing a few other actors and creators there. So that was a great pleasure. Jason Momoa is going to be showing up here in a couple of months. He's had some major success with Aquaman, and that's awesome. He is definitely going to have a great big group of people kind of crowding around him, more than the Winter Soldier had last year. And surprisingly enough, everybody wanted to see the Winter Soldier last year. I can't really remember his name, but he had the biggest group, and kind of people gathering around him to see. Mainly, I went for Lieutenant Uhura. Um, Also, um, one of the Harry Potter kids was there, so I kind of got a brief handshake and autograph from them, and I tried to see a couple other people as well, and I gained a couple other. Um, Definitely just it was, like I said, it was fun. It was fun. Yeah. Um and what else? I don't know if I mentioned. I think I mentioned that for in my goals for this year that I'm going to try to do a painting a month, whether that be a smaller watercolor piece or one of my larger paintings. I do have the painting of the powerful woman of color that I have not completed yet because I'm still struggling with deciding whether I'm going to lay oil over that acrylic underpainting that I started for that. Yeah, we'll see if I can get into that or not. I got the fantasy oil piece of the dragon that I still need to kind of complete. And you guys have seen a small image. I was like, yeah, I had a video. I had a live video of me working on that probably in November, and unfortunately, that was not completed as of yet. Also, so there's a couple paintings out there that I need to work to get, and that's another one of my goals is just not to have unfinished pieces kind of lying around. I want to kind of get those things done, and not have stuff lying around. I work on, I love sketching. I love doing these kind of quick pieces and things like that. So uh, there's that, but I also love getting to a point with a larger piece to call it finished and done. So there's that as well. So be looking for those. With this piece in particular, um, with it being the last finished piece, I'm kind of going outside of my comfort zone a little bit and trying to put in a little bit of a border um, and a design that I'm kind of not really used to putting in with my images. So that is all kind of new to me, but I'm going to enjoy the process, and hopefully it'll come out great. Um, so there's that. With doing the painting, one painting a month and things like that. With doing those, I'm working on trying to get to comfortable enough to submit something to Spectrum Annual this year, and hopefully I can get to a point where I can do that this year. So there's that. Um, and I won't be I will not start finishing up and completing that piece until, well, I definitely won't. I can't say I won't finish it up because it's a possibility that one of these paintings over these past next couple months will be that. But the next submission time is not until next year around this time. So it'll be quite some time before I get to the point where I will be kind of really promoting and pushing that into the mix. Um, but there's that, and there's also a couple other annuals and things that I want to submit and kind of work towards getting into as well. But the main thing is to create finished pieces that I can kind of complete and work on prints for. So I'll be working to kind of complete some prints, newer prints this year. And I have not to mention that my website is currently under construction. I don't have a published date on that website as of yet, but it is currently being constructed. Some of you guys know that I created something with Wix a couple months ago. It's not that it's bad, but it's not exactly what I want. I don't know if I get any traffic on it as if not, if anything. That there's that. Um, so I don't know if there's a way to track the views if I can at all, and if I could track it, I don't know. The way I got it set up, I don't have it set up for sales orders for prints or anything like that. So there's that as well. So hopefully with this new website, yeah, PayPal is going to be connected with it, definitely. So you guys can uh, order prints directly from me, and I'd be happy to kind of communicate those. I'm also going to try to create a newsletter. Um, well, maybe not a newsletter per se, but what I will be doing is I will with uh, signing to an email list, I will give all those subscribers early access, and I'll give them what is available for prints, either new or old, newer posts and things like that. So I'm looking forward to that. That's going to be fun putting that together. So I'm really excited for that, and hopefully I can get some sales, along with that. So really exciting time for Thew Art. So there's that, um, and as far as Instagram goes, I'm working on this final illustration for this story, and I'm really excited to finish it. And I'm excited to show you guys what I have been working other than this and other than some of the other things, other than the powerful woman of color painting that I did, um, you know, over the last couple months. There's another powerful woman of color watercolor piece that I just completed last week, and it is beautiful. I really love that, and I'm really excited to post the final image of that, as well as the final image illustration of my holiday card that I believe I never posted the finished piece for. So be looking for that pretty soon. I'll be posting that probably within the next week. And yeah. So I don't know what else to talk about. I mean, there's been some really um, surprising things going on with me as far as motivation and talks and posts and things like that. Oh, a blog. I'm going to as with the website, I'm going to have blog posts as well, I believe. Um, and I am currently working on my first blog post. On on Facebook there's something called notes or whatever, and I haven't published the blog post as of yet, but I'm still kind of working out the kinks on that, but it's close to being done. So my first blog post, I want to say ever. But I've definitely ranted before, so there's been rants and things like that. But I don't think I've ever put on a full blog post and labeled it as of such. But there will be a blog post coming up, my first blog post coming up pretty soon. So be looking for that as well. So. Um, and yeah. So I really appreciate you guys tuning in, joining me, following me, subscribing to me, doing all that. Please like, comment, and subscribe to this channel. Follow me at Thew Art. Look me up or Google me, Super Thew. I appreciate all you guys. Much love. Be sure to follow and go after the life you love. I really appreciate you guys. Much love. Take care.